fighting, yeah, over in Mali, and then I think Udo's trying to get Sevilla off the. You're tight. You didn't even let me finish. You know exactly what I was talking about. You're sick. Nah, he's changing your fuck. Look at his face. You're gonna smile on his face. I've never seen a smile that hard before, man. Oh my days.
Well,
bro, there. Shot. Is that man? Yes.
Take two, yeah.
take two.
This is my comments home. What?
That's yours. I thought it was. Yeah, it's yours.
Yeah.
Alright,
I thought I lost.
back in it, yeah?
We're back in it.
After 10 years and 3 general elections, how and why are the Conservatives still in power?
Because the rich want to stay rich and the poor, no, not the poor, but let's say the uneducated, they're easily misled. Like to keep them in power. You are chewing like a madman, bro. ASMR on my ear, like I clocked down from my peripheral, yeah, and then I heard what.
That's disgusting.
You even chew with your mouth closed and you're still making that noise, bruv. How's that possible?
You're a goat, fam.
Are you making like eating grass, like? Fucking hell, bruv. Yeah, that's actually my point. The rich want to stay rich, and the easily misled, we vote for them and keep them in power. I remember I was on Twitter for like all the general elections, yeah, and it felt like Labour was gonna win each time. Each time, if everyone like vote Labour, make sure you register to vote Labour. It's like the whole of Insta was Labour, red.
You see, that's why, like...
It was...
Like, the internet and, like...
It's a lie.
No, it's not a lie. It's
so small.
It's an echo chamber. You're only ever hearing... Like, the internet is just an echo chamber. You hear people who agree with you. It's so rare you see, like, the other side. That's why, like, Insta Twitter is kind of mad.
Yeah.
Because you have other people's opinions. They're coming in on the timeline, wherever. But anyway, back to, like, the voting thing, yeah. I feel like, yeah, we never, in London anyway, I feel like we never really get a full picture of how, like, the rest of the country votes.
Oh my God.
No, we don't. We're so closed off to it.
That, and also, yeah, remember, when was this? Remember I want to say it was around 2010, 2012, but you remember the election, yeah? This was right after the coalition. Remember when the Conservatives and Liberal Democrats, they were in power?
Oh, yeah.
You remember, like, what the news was like around that time? There's going to be coalition governments for, like, 50 years. This is how things are now. Yeah. And then David Cameron, like, won it by a landslide. Like, Labour didn't even touch Scotland because the SNP got Scotland.
Yeah.
Scotland want their independence now. So, like, and then linking back to as to, like, why they've been in power for, like, as long as they have, I feel like they know so well the people, like, they know so well who people vote for them. And yeah, they know so well the people that vote for them much better than us, much better than the people in London. Like, they know not to focus on us because, like, you got mostly, like, the ethnic minorities, the working class people in here, the educated people, as you will. They know that they can't really, like, sway, that it's much more difficult to sway their minds.
Yeah.
This is sounding hella generalizations and all that, yeah, but you get what I'm saying? Yeah, I feel like that's one of the reasons that play into it. Like, we get such a narrow point of view from London.
You just got to leave London to actually deep what Britain's actually like. It's fucked.
Like, how many times have we, like, been on Twitter and they're, like, people, like, getting angry about, like, black people in, like, Sainsbury's.
Yeah.
That right. You know, Good Morning, the Good Morning Britain.
So mad, bro.
You know the new Sainsbury's, the new Good Morning Britain. The host.
Oh, yeah.
Alex, whatever his name is.
The guy that used to be the weatherman there.
Yeah, fam.
The mixed race guy's presenting it now.
Yeah.
Good things happening in the BAME community, fam. Oh, sorry. Go on.
Nice one, isn't it?
Go on.
Anyways, as I was
The
saying,
result.
as I was saying, is that you should have seen your reaction. Like, I posted a story about this, innit?
Oh, yeah, I saw it.
Like, fam, it's fucked. Like, the amount of people that was just like,
I'm not going to be watching anymore.
Yeah, I'm not going to be watching anymore. Look at our sorry state of affairs. This, and this, and it's still like, what the?
Fucked, bro.
Like,
yeah, also, there's like this attitude in the country that any change is an attack on like traditional British values.
Any
And the
change,
Conservatives know how to like
use it
tap
to their
into
advantage.
that.
Yeah.
We are fighting for the British like value. We are the ideal. We are like, we're the traditional party. We still care about the
Yeah.
UK. England is England. Like the other, like, was it Thursday? The other day, the government like posted new like guidelines saying that all like government official buildings have to have the Union Jack on it. They are like pushing this idea of like nationalism,
Yeah.
of identity, of pride in Britain.
Turning kind of fascist.
Yeah, yeah.
Turning kind of fascist. In 2021. Fucking hell.
Remember when they wanted to take down Churchill's statue?
Oh.
Fam.
Oh my days.
It's an outrage. Oh my
Them man pulled
days.
up in numbers.
Yeah.
Stella Artois, there was out here. It was so fucked. Like,
I remember.
they was fighting police and they got away with it.
Yeah.
Not again. Fuck. Yeah, they was fighting police and they got away with it. Like, nah, man. That shit is mad.
Nothing's
Go
gonna
on.
change.
You
Nothing.
really think so?
No.
I don't believe so. Unless you do like a France kind of thing in it.
Them man riot over everything and
No,
anything.
but they're good.
Oh.
But when it comes to writing, they're good with it. The effect, fam. Because even, for example, this whole protest thing, yeah, fam. Like, hold on.
Don't
like,
get arrested, you know, trying to incite something.
I'm not trying to incite nothing. Yeah.
Incite something and knock on your
No,
door.
no.
4 in the morning. It's Mr. Bimbo if I die, right?
No, but here's the thing about that, yeah. For example, like, what's it, like the whole protest bill, yeah. What's it? They're trying to regulate protests.
It's already been passed. They've like,
It's
so
been
like
passed.
it got passed. So basically, you can't have like noisy protests
Exactly.
anymore.
Fuck yeah.
And
Exactly.
like they've
How can
given
you-
police more
How
powers.
can you regulate a protest? Do
Which
you know
is
what?
why the protest in Bristol was so mad.
Do you know what a protest means?
Like they had they had police dogs. They had police dogs in
Swear.
there. They had police dogs and like fire hydrants.
That's why. What's it called? Like I know it's like me. I know I sound like a broken record and whatnot, but you know what I constantly say about if they're happy with the way you're protesting, then it's a shit protest.
Yeah, you're not doing your job right.
Then like, come on, the fact that they're all this holding hands, walking together in unity and all this shit. Bruv, I'm not gonna lie, you're not doing nothing. You're just.
I feel like
It's just a family day out. Like that's what it is.
I feel like it's protest and like, yeah, that whole thing. It's like a difficult situation. We all agree protest doesn't do anything. But what's the alternative?
Rioting.
Yeah, and where's that gonna get you? Where's that gonna get you?
I
Look
guess we'll
what
find
they
out after. You know what I'm saying? If I have to, it's
Look
done.
what-
That's a London riot.
Like, look how they reported on like the Black Lives Matter movement.
Oh my
Look at like the images they use. Like, just look, not even the report. Look at the images they use. Look at how they framed
The
it.
wording and everything.
And then and that's like protest. So imagine riot. Look what. Imagine
That
what
reminds me.
what that's gonna do to like your movement.
Bro,
And also you yourself, in this day and age, who's gonna like forfeit their life for a
Fam.
movement that might or might not work?
okay, fam, you know what? When what's her name? When what's her face? Sarah Everhard like died in like the aftermath of that. Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw this, but I saw like a video in it of this clip of this MP talking about this in it, talking about the protests and stuff regarding that in it. Do you know what she said? She said something along the lines of, this isn't Black Lives Matter. This is serious.
Oh yeah, I saw
fam,
that.
fam.
Evil witch, bro. In her fucking lair, fam. Just talking shit.
I didn't see that.
She completely dismissed.
Just dismissed it. This was meant to be a peaceful, bro. Not like the BLM, bro. They don't take it serious, man.
That's the point.
Mad.
People out here, fam, it's basically carnival. I'm sorry.
It's mad. Like,
So what's the alternative then? What's the alternative?
Bastille, France. No, I'm joking. I'm not inciting nothing. Nah, man. But that's a good question. What is the alternative? Like, what can we actually do?
I honestly don't know.
What do you think, Dom?
Yeah, you've been hella quiet. You look like you got like some bars and mixtape. Drop that noise.
working on that 16.
I mean, rioting is not an option.
Yeah.
While marches don't get you far, if everyone involved behaves, at least they can say nothing bad about you. And the more that you knock on people's doors, and the longer you stand next to your brothers and sisters holding hands, united, then the greater chance you have of causing change.
I don't.
But you have to play the long game. You have to play the long game.
To be fair, America, civil rights, that whole peaceful protest thing. That was like
there was no peace. There was no peace. They burned down the police station.
it was intense. You had like all these. They had peaceful movements as well.
And there was riots. Like,
There were
was
riots,
heavy
but there
violence.
was also peaceful movements as well.
And that change probably came because they burned down a fucking police station, cuz.
I think we'd have to look at everything, but all I'm saying is that like, history has proven that peaceful methods do lead to something.
Nah,
It's
man.
not. It's not as like, yes, the people are taking the power back with their bare hands. It doesn't have that.
How did the people in power get in power in the first
But-
place?
Yeah.
You don't want, but you don't want a group of people who become criminalized and viewed as like showing mafia-like behavior where,
Yeah.
oh, you
Militant
do something
behaviour.
wrong to us, we're gonna, do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
we're gonna come back at you. Do you know what I mean? You kill one guy, we'll blow up this building. You can't do that. You can't do that.
Yeah.
They will treat you like you're part of the mafia.
Yeah.
You can't afford that because then you're whittling down the options you have left. Each time you make a mistake as a people, you have less and less options to work with. So from the beginning, you have to be behaved. That's the most important thing.
Even hearing that is nah, man.
It's like-
we've been behaved for time. Our parents have been
I lie.
behaved.
I lie. Fam.
Even they was getting the stick of it, fam.
I hate all of you. Yeah.
It's
I don't know what
it's
the
a
solution
sticky
is.
situation. Like it's so sticky.
Like being behaved will get you nowhere. Absolutely nowhere.
So if we behave now, what would it look like for our children?
Yeah.
If
Because
we
it's-
riot
because
now,
it's
what
not-
will it look
because-
like?
do you know-
Children.
That's the thing. Like there's no, I don't know.
Because I don't even see it as being behaved. It's like, it's almost submissive, compliant.
You're
know what I
not
mean?
wrong.
Do your parents or family members mouth off at police?
Hell no.
No.
Right, they're behaved. And where does that get them? They get to have a family. They get to work in the job that they like to work in. Right? Whereas when you have people who have that mentality, you know, no, I'm not going to sit there and take that. No, whatever.
Yes,
and
but-
they just mouth off. Where does it get them?
You
It
can
gets
be-
them records.
No, but I
It
hear-
gets
I hear-
them
no,
time.
I hear what you're
Sometimes
saying.
you can be even silent
No,
to Fed
I
and
hear-
still get like they can still treat you like shit.
But
Bro.
you can make things a lot worse for
Well,
yourself.
bro, I hear what you're saying, but if everyone constantly thinks like that, then these people are gonna get comfortable and think that they can say what they want.
You say that until the moment everything switches on you. Until you have a gun pointed at your head or you get your face pushed into the back of a police car.
No one's. I'm not saying. Listen.
Until that has happened, you'll continue thinking how you are.
I'm not. No one's promoting violence or nothing. Yeah, but like having this like submissive behavior. And what no one's saying like it's not one or the other. It's not with 0 or 100. Do you know what I'm saying? Like
It isn't, but it should be. It should be.
why?
What do you mean by it should
You
be
need to
0
make
100?
enough safe noise to be heard.
And how much safe noise?
Be a nuisance. Don't be a criminal. Because once you're a criminal, you've lost.
Waiting for
We've been
centuries, bruh.
We've been waiting since Martin Luther King. Even before then.
As long as it takes.
No, so nothing's can't change.
Not in our lifetime, realistically.
Nothing's changing.
What kind of change do we want to see? Like when you say nothing's changing, what change are we trying? What change do you want to see?
That's a good question. I said,
You're living in a world where a lot of the people who are persecuting others, in that same group, there's people who don't believe there's a problem at all.
Oh wait, sorry. Repeat that again, please. Sorry.
So, for example, if you have black people talking about how, racism still affects them in their everyday lives, and then you have the white people or other majorities who are there like, oh, it's not as bad as it used to be. In fact, practically doesn't exist. They're just whining.
What?
You know,
Who?
if you have people like that, and you want to demonstrate and protest violently, you're just a criminal, and you don't even have a point anymore.
Yeah.
You have to be smarter now. If the problems are more subtle and not as blatant as they used to be, then you have to be subtle in your movements.
No, I was gonna say like a subtle problem a subtle problem. Remember when we were talking about how Black Lives Matter has like created all these like initiatives to hire black people. Like they're not getting there on their own merit. They're getting there for like tokenship and like to look good. That's a new subtle problem. And you can't like write. I feel like you can't write against. Well, I don't even know how you'd even begin to address that. But I don't think you can by just.
You can't.
I don't know how, but I don't think you can by being militant. But you can't do it by like. I don't know, hippie hugging a tree, holding hands, whatever.
Kumbaya, like. Kumbaya thing's dead, man. It's, nah.
It's
You need to match their intelligence. Like when one country goes to war and there's 1,000 soldiers like running across a beach, the other country does the same thing to counteract that.
But I feel like...
But if there's a problem and it's happening quietly behind the scenes, how do they deal with that? They get a James Bond to be all incognito and shoot man and no one realizes what happens. We have to do the same thing. If the problems we're facing
But here's the
are
thing.
subtle and easily masked, we have to put on masks and we have to be subtle as well. We have to be intelligent.
But here's the thing. They have power and we don't. And it's one of those ones where you're going to need a certain amount of power to try and at least combat that. We don't have that.
The ones who have power are the ones who give people their freedom. That's never going to change. That's as sad as it is, that's what we have to rely on.
Yeah, I get that. And that's the thing. Those people who are in that kind of power, they're not going to give it to us. Because it benefits them.
They'll either step on you, or because you're a nuisance, they'll dish out a little more. That's the only way I see it. If you're violent or criminal towards them, they will simply crush you.
Violent protests, really restrictive bills.
Peaceful protests, not much happening, ain't getting taken
It does
serious.
nothing. In fact,
We can't. It's like you can't win.
I'm sorry if this offends anyone, but it does nothing.
It's not ideal, but it's the lesser of two evils. It's simple as that. It's like you're given a shit hand, but you got to choose the one that isn't as bad.
So the only option is just to buckle down, buckle under, just live through that.
Yep.
I love how you would accept. You just accepted this. You just like, yeah, I'm perfectly happy. I'm cool.
Yeah, because I'm tired. I ain't got time to waste, man.
Alright, moving on. Yeah, I'm back to
Back
to politics, innit?
Yeah.
Alright,
Yeah, moving on.
is electoral reform the only way we're going to be able to get rid of the Tories party?
Could you dumb that down for me, please?
So the electoral reform is like the idea. I wish I watched that thing. It's like they want to change the way votes are counted. They want to make it more proportional. Because right now I think the votes aren't as proportional.
Yeah.
Because if you look at like the actual breakdown of votes, you have a lot more like minority parties and all of like this minority and niche parties.
Yeah.
And like people are proposing if we had like a system like that, Labour could like team up with a lot of minority parties or whatever.
I think that's what
and then
they
they
have
could
to do.
force out the Tory party. I think. So I guess the question is, do we need to change the system, or can we educate people to vote against the Conservatives? I feel like that's
There's a bigger chance.
Question.
There's a bigger chance of us trying to educate people to vote against Conservatives than us actually trying to change the system, because the people in power, they run the system, which means there's.
And by system, I mean the electoral like reform thing.
Yeah. There's a bigger chance. That's not happening. I'll be real. Like, that's not happening. Like, I just don't see us actually getting anywhere near that step of changing the reform. So I'll say like stuff like the black curriculum and stuff like that. They're like
Black curriculum.
It's like this page on Insta that does its best to educate people on like black history and stuff, make people more aware and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, that will probably help you to give you a better informed decision on like these parties.
Yeah, there isn't that much difference when it comes to the news. It's like, I was watching the news this morning, fam. And when I sat down and I actually looked at like BBC and Sky, it actually made me feel a bit sick, because it was just like, it just felt like propaganda. It just felt like everything's fine. The
It's like when you're aware
situation
of
is
what,
okay.
yeah, when you're aware of their
they,
tactics, it just
like
feels like an insult.
they had this like segment of like some COVID vaccination like lab in Wales, and like these were frontline workers, and like one of the questions the interviewer asked like the worker was like, so how's your day been? And like the worker was so like cheery, upbeat, like it's all right, I'm saving the world, you know, everything's gonna be okay, like and like that big cap is what he's wearing. That is such a disconnect to what's actually happening. Like Dom knows he's out there, and I just like, and the news on both sides, it was like that basically, and I just felt so sick. So like, we really need more diversity in our like news streams, so we can see like other sides of the story. Because when you think about it, like all this like shit we learn about the Conservatives and shit, where do we learn it from?
Social media.
We don't get that from the news.
No way.
There needs to be more diversity in the news, more like
Yeah.
conversation.
It's like stuff like the Daily Mail.
That's like the smarter move. Yeah.
I was saying stuff like the Daily Mail, like, fam, it's jarring because something would happen, yeah, with regarding, like, I don't know, royal family, or regarding people in it, regarding Britain in it, regarding those people in power, or regarding Priti Patel, that witch.
She's tapped.
Have you lot seen her bill, her Primark?
Apparently, she spent 77 bags on her eyebrows.
Yeah, and $5,000 on Primark. But we'll come back to that. Anyways,
77 bags.
We'll
on
come-
Wait, so
eyebrows.
what's the problem here?
Well, hold on.
Is that like taxpayer money or something?
yes, we'll come back to. Hold on, we'll come back to that. As I was saying, we'll come back to it. As I was saying, those kind of people like and those kind of stuff and scandals, yeah, they'll completely ignore them and be saying, "Oh, this person who got arrested, he's connected to Stormzy and Sterling, just randomly grabbing straws from nowhere just to try and throw all these successful
a
black
narrative,
kings
a narrative,
under the bus and just
pushing a narrative.
pushing a false narrative." It's fucking. Anyways, yeah. So we can come. Yeah. So, fam.
And when you're aware of the tactics and what they're doing, it's even, it's even more insulting, man.
Yeah.
Because people are so susceptible to it. They'll be reading them like, yeah, man, Stormzy. They'll just feed into it so easily.
Yeah.
Like, remember that thing when I think it was during it was during like an international competition. It's Raheem Sterling who has like the tattoo of the gun on his leg, innit?
No, I think it's Kyle. It's either Sterling or
It's Sterling.
Walker. Yeah, it's Sterling.
It's Sterling.
Yeah, and remember like he's put on Twitter, I have this tattoo on my leg because like I always shoot with like my right foot. It's either right or left foot, and I'm never gonna touch a gun in it. And like, you know how they edited that on Sky, like never gonna touch a gun again.
Oh,
That again.
my days.
Again. When you're aware of the tactics, it's disgusting. But if you don't know,
so small.
if you don't know, you're just like, damn, I'm gonna
And speak for these people because then they have to constantly watch what they say.
go on.
No, it's just...
This is mad. Like.
It's
So
disgusting.
I agree with what you're saying about like finding ways to push, like to educate people, and that obviously ties in with what Dom was saying about like working smarter, because that is like a smart way. It's not aggressive, it's not illegal, but it's time consuming, sounds kind of expensive, and yeah, but it can be done.
I think we need like a new news channel.
I thought someone's doing that. Some guy. So there's a guy on Twitter. He'll be on. I think he's got a YouTube as well, but he'll be educating. He's a black guy educating people on like what's going on.
Femi.
Nah, I think Dysnomics or something like that.
I know.
I know what you're on about. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm subbing to him. It's wicked what he's doing, but it's like it's not the biggest channel yet, but you can see he's got good intentions of what he's doing.
Yeah. 77 bags.
Fucking hell.
On
Wait,
eyebrows.
77?
I didn't see the full bill, but I heard 77 bags on this.
Bro, 77 bags
77.
on what's it? 900 pounds on like going to the pub. It was either 2 bills on lamb, on like meat.
Lamb.
Yeah, like there was like
Common lamb. Lamb. Oh my days, bruv. That takes the piss, I can't lie.
I just want to know how the hell do you spend $5,000 on Primark?
Yeah, them socks go
She
missing,
buys
innit?
shares or something. Fucking hell, man.
That she's cashing out.
Why at Primark as well?
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Them quality boxes and socks. And that.
Like, I
gonna
think
buy,
she's
like, what-
directly murdered children by doing that.
The sweatshops.
That's disgusting.
She don't care, man. That witch,
She's evil, bro.
bro. She actually is. She's actually evil. Evil woman. But we're not here to push anything out. It's all up to you what you believe in it. I just had to put that out there.
Alright, we already covered this, yeah. We already covered this a bit, but like, there's a problem with the right-wing media. We've covered that and like basically said, yeah, pushing narrative and all of that. And then also, or is it with opposition leaders?
What do you mean?
So, alright, the Labour Party is the only party I know because I follow them closely, innit?
Yeah, and I'm
We've
following
had like,
that Keir Starmer guy's a bit. He's
like-
a bit wishy-washy, man.
yeah, but like we've had like 3 Labour leaders
Yeah.
in like 10 years. We've had Ed Miliband, remember him? He got snapped with a sandwich. We had him. We had Jeremy Corbyn,
Chosen
and
one,
now what's his name? Keir
Chosen
Starmer.
one.
Like all 3 of them have failed. If you think about it, they failed.
Yeah.
They've been unable to unseat the what are they called? The Conservative Party, and they've like had dwindling numbers. You could
No,
say.
but I swear, what's good? Corbyn had disagreements with the party. Like he had ideas on like he wanted to like.
He was a full socialist, and
Yeah.
some people didn't like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in the Labour Party that didn't like that.
That and also like some people like some criticisms for him was that like he wasn't a uniting force for like people opposed to Brexit. Some people were like, pick a side already. Conservatives are for, so you've got to be against. Because that was like some of the criticisms for him.
Yeah.
That's the thing. He was just trying to find like the best possible outcome that could like incorporate Brexit into it because they're already there. You're already in Brexit. So the most you could possibly do is try to like damage control, try to lower the risk, and try to like bring some positives out of it.
You got anything to add, Dom?
Yeah.
Right, no, okay. And then like if you also look at it like, what was the name of that guy?
Yeah.
Remember during because the SNP they've only really had 2 leaders. They had Nicola Sturgeon, and then they also had like a guy. There was a guy I forgot what his name was, but he was like the leader of the SNP during the whole Scottish independence vote. Yeah, and they've only had 2 leaders. So for Scotland, they're doing something right.
Okay.
But if you look at like the Labour Party, they're not doing something right in
man.
England. So like,
But England
what do you
and
guys?
Scotland are different. Do you know what I mean?
No, but they're effective leaders. They're leaders who are like who've been able to keep their position of
I
power.
feel like they're effective leaders, like for example, the Scotland.
SNP.
SNP, they're like an effective party because of the way they do things in Scotland, because of their like policies and like the way they think. And I feel like and I'm pretty sure that it's different to our like the way to our mindsets and like the policies and whatnot that goes on here. Do you know what I mean? Like it's probably. I feel like up there is probably like easier to get everyone united behind that same cause.
I can see that because their common enemy is Boris Johnson.
Yeah.
He's like, look at all the things he's like done, and Scotland has had to suffer.
Yeah.
I remember how and like the margin during like the referendum vote was like in Scotland it was like it was slim.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of people during like how many years ago it was who've like turned to the alright, Scotland needs to be fucking independent now.
Yeah.
Because we're sick and tired of like this guy who we never even voted for
Yeah,
telling us what to do. So yeah, I agree with you there.
With this shit trim.
Man don't even know what shampoo is.
No. You know what I don't like about him? You know that picture? Remember that picture of his hand with the buttons that weren't lined up?
No,
From that picture.
He's so scruffy, bro.
Do you know?
Picture.
Do you know who's the real enemy? The people who let him go out like that. They're not his friends. They're not on his side.
He's so chaotic.
How
Like,
can
it's so simple, just doing your button. Like,
How can you help him? All that he's big prime minister, which means he has a whole team around him, and all of them let him go out like that. Nah, they don't respect
He doesn't
him.
have a Meg Muffins in his team. Meg Muffins in his team. You don't allow someone to call him out.
Fuck them guys, man.
Alright, should we move on? What's
Alright, last
what's next?
point on that like whole unpopular Conservative Party thing is, so with getting rid of them, do we have to wait for all the old people to die? / what is the actual breakdown of voters?
We can't wait for the old people to die, because then it's like the Hydra. Chop off one head, two heads. Chop off one head, two heads is gonna grow more. One old person dies, two more assholes like the previous one who died is just gonna pop up. Like, there's actually no actual solution.
It's not even like just the old people thing. The old people are teaching the young people as well.
Yeah,
like,
yes.
Some of them are teaching their nieces, nephews, sons, daughters.
The reproduction
Yeah.
of the ideology.
Literally. So it becomes like a way of like their way of thinking, isn't it? So
You been hella quiet, Dom.
But all the new shit was like saved to the end. So I was like kind of disappointed that there wasn't
No, I'd
more
say it
new
was-
shit.
it was kind of new shit.
I mean,
It was
That was new
detailed shit.
no, there was
I would
detailed
say
shit.
most of it was new.
No, there are new scenes, but the story is still the same.
Yeah.
I thought the story would be different.
Completely. It
Yeah,
says
kind of.
director's cut. It's not going to be a different movie.
I didn't think it was gonna be just the same movie, but with all the shit that they've thrown out.
Right,
I
yeah,
thought it was gonna be something new.
Oh, you thought it was gonna be like a Justice League 2 type of thing?
Yeah, and
Okay.
also,
No, it's a director's cut, which means
Yeah,
that
he knows now.
yeah, no, but going in, I didn't know that.
Okay,
I thought it was
oh.
gonna be something new.
Alright.
Plus, with like the promotional, like stuff they had for the film, they had like Superman in the black suit.
Yeah.
You had like rumors of Martian Manhunter. You had Joker. Everyone got like fucking wet for that. Hit that trailer.
Not really. No.
I was
what I
excited.
No. Yeah,
I was
there was a lot of
excited
people.
for Martian. Now.
Yeah, Martial Manhunter.
Do you know what it is? I don't like the way they introduced him. I don't like.
I thought it was wavy.
the way they introduced Martian
Martial
Manhunter.
Manhunter, yeah.
It was wavy, but the way they brought him into it, I just don't like.
When he was Superman's mum.
Yeah, and then
That's such a Martial Manhunter thing to do.
how comes?
Yeah.
Because he plays Martial like.
I know he transforms into.
Yeah, but he done that for a reason. He could have just went up to her as Martian Manhunter. He could have went up to Lois Lane as Manhunter. But he knew it would be more effective if he went as someone she knew and loved. It's chess,
It was
bro.
just a bit anticlimactic in a
Oh,
way.
yeah.
Where we're like, oh shit, it's him. And then
He just disappeared until the end.
nothing.
Like.
Yeah, like you expected maybe like he
Yeah,
flies from
that
space
makes
or
sense,
something like.
Yeah.
Like like with all of them, like there's some sort of origin, because as you know, they're like the founders of the Justice League. So it's like you kind of see the origin stories for each of
Did
them.
you just fart?
That wasn't me. I think I rolled across the table or
Alright,
something.
good. Sorry, continue.
Yes, like as you know, they're the founders of the Justice League, which means, and you, as you all saw, they're all their origin stories. If Martian Manhunter, I'm not saying you expect to see his origin story, but you expect to see something to do with space or him flying in from, I don't know, something.
Counterpoint. If Martian Manhunter is the it's the air conditioner. If Martian Manhunter is the general, we've seen him since what's the name of that film?
The general.
He's a general.
Oh
Yeah.
right, yeah. No,
We've
I
seen
know,
him
I know.
since Man of Steel. So we kind of have like a sense of his character. We know he's been about. We know that he's like infiltrated and he's in like high military like status. So we kind of already have a backstory-ish.
But that's the
not
thing.
a big one.
We didn't know that. Deep it. We didn't know that he was.
Now that if you go back and watch it, it will make more sense. It will add to it.
But that's the thing. It's like theory, because I see what you're saying, but at the same time, it's like they probably didn't have that in mind. They probably
We
didn't
don't know that.
Yeah, we literally don't know that.
We don't know, but I'm willing to bet money that they don't. That because Snyder had a whole lot of plans for this movie.
Wait, that was Man of Steel. Was that Snyder?
No,
It wa-
Wasn't it?
wait, Man of Steel. What's that Snyder?
that was Snyder, wasn't it?
Let
Am
me
I
check.
bugging?
Who was that? I thought it was Whedon.
No, that
That
was...
waste, man, bro. Stick to Marvel, man. Yeah, he's a G, but don't come back to DC again. He didn't understand. He didn't understand
Yeah.
a single hero or a villain. He didn't understand them. That's fine, but stick to Marvel. Stick to what you're good at. There's nothing wrong with that.
Alright, quick side point then. Have you guys seen the trailer for Thing?
Suicide Squad,
Mm.
banging.
You know that's directed by the
James
guy
Gunn.
who
Gunn,
directed
yeah.
the thing.
It was directed by both Joss Whedon and Zack Snyder. So,
Correction. Joss Whedon went to Zack Snyder with ideas. Zack Snyder said no. That was that relationship.
I
It
don't
was
know.
apprenticeship. Like teacher relationship. It was apprenticeship. He was the guy who booked the room and brought the coffees.
Fuck it up.
No, Joss Whedon's a G. Let's not disrespect him
No,
like that.
I
He
like-
gave us Avengers,
yeah.
man.
I
Big
like-
up him,
yeah.
man.
Alright, sorry. Okay, back to it. What were we talking about?
Suicide Squad.
No, yeah, because you were talking about how Joss Whedon should just stay to thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you think Suicide Squad's going to be bad then?
Isn't wait,
You know what it is? The trailer looks good. It looks like James Gunn, he has an understanding of the characters in it. Josh Whedon didn't.
wait, James Gunn. Okay, I feel like I have faith.
Well,
in-
but that's just the trailer, though. We have to wait and see the film, innit?
First
Till we
of
see
all-
the film.
First of all, trailers are always good. The trailer will always be somewhat better than the movie. They'll slap in a lot of the good bits into one short clip and then send it out. That's the whole point.
Just
of
quick
it.
point, I agree with you. I'll let you go on. Counterpoint, the Sonic movie.
Fucking hell, they got bullied into changing him, right?
Wait, you actually like that?
No, I'm saying
the trailer.
that's an example of a trailer that wasn't good.
Yeah, like, we got some next hedgehog, just skinny brother, like. Social media actually bullied them into changing the
I love
whole,
that.
like,
I
good
love
look.
that.
I love that.
And that's what saved that movie, you know.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
cheek, man. They were really gonna push forward that.
That hedgehog,
No
What's the
respect.
hedgehog?
bruv, it was
No
bad.
respect.
Like, what, fam?
Fam,
Fam,
you
what's
look
a
like
hedgehog?
roadkill.
He looked like a
You
tripod,
look like
bruv.
roadkill.
He's just, bruv, he's just there, fam.
Go on with your point. Continue with your point.
Just there, fam.
Mustard, he looks like a tripod.
Looks so weird.
So what was I saying? So trailer is like made to look better than the movie. Also, I have faith in James Gunn. Like he's the same guy that directed Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, it's a
And-
good fit, I think.
And the thing is, when you compare like Suicide Squad and Guardians of the Galaxy,
They're
like,
similar.
They're similar. So I feel like he'll do a good job of this.
All right, now back to the actual
I
main
hope he
point.
will, anyway. Sorry. I hope he does a good job anyway.
You know Sylvester Stallone's in it.
Yeah,
Pardon?
King Shark.
Yeah.
Huh?
Sylvester Stallone, Rambo, he's in it.
Is he?
Yeah, he's the voice of the shark.
Oh what? King Shark?
I was about to say it's a good thing he's a voice in it, and he does actually make an appearance because
Yeah.
he's got hella wrinkles, man. I don't know.
He's
what
like
it is.
70 something, isn't he?
That was swear.
Yeah.
He's
old,
old, bro. I thought he was like 60 or 50.
No, but he looked good in Creed.
Cosmetics.
good in Creed.
Cosmetics.
He looked good in Creed.
Cosmetics.
Fair, but he looked good in it.
Botox.
Yeah, but they are also using was it CGI to
yeah.
make people look younger as well.
Like I said, they made of what's it, Samuel Jackson in Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel, yeah.
Like they made them like what 30 years younger. So
That was actually really good
Yeah.
because Iron Man had to go back in time, innit?
Mhm.
And when I saw young Iron Man, I was gonna lose it. It was like 17. He was talking to his
Yeah.
dad or something.
Mm.
That was funny.
Proper good CGI though. Fucking
yeah.
hell.
But it was almost in a way where you could recognize it's
Yeah.
CGI. Do you know what I mean?
But you couldn't be like, oh, that's it. It's so obvious it's CGI. Terrible
Yeah.
job. Ugh.
Like before, if we're talking about early film, they just used a different actor or actress.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just they have the same hair or something.
Trying to
I
think
mean-
of a film where they done that.
But now it's like you don't even have to try. You just level these
You
guys
got
down
money in
and
the
do
budget,
them.
man. You can do anything you want, fam.
Yeah.
Can you think of a film where they done that, where they just got someone who looked similar? Because I can't.
No, I'm talking like you bring them down from adult to like, I don't know, 10 years old.
No, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I can't think of a film where that's happened, where I've seen it happen.
Norbit.
Never watched it.
No.
You guys see what I mean?
Nobody was fucking
Yeah.
funny, bro. Rasputin.
And you got what you would crease. You would
Nah,
love
yeah,
that.
it's
Alright,
funny.
it's on
It's
the
actually
list.
funny.
Alright, going off of like old film and shit like that, yeah. So, you know how, right, 2020, yeah?
Wait, Grown Ups. You've seen Grown Ups?
No.
Okay, yeah, carry on. If you know.
Alright, so you know how in 2020, everything got shut down. Like
Yeah.
cinemas, theatres, all of that got shut down.
Yeah.
But then we had Bridgerton. That broke records for Netflix.
I like
That was
that.
like the most watched series ever.
Yeah.
And then One Division broke those records.
Mm.
That that was even better than Bridgerton. And that was just in the January month. It had more viewership in America anyway. And now you have what? And then we just had
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Falcon and
That
the
broke
Winter
that
Soldier.
record.
Yeah, most likely Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And then what's the Justice League, right? So these are all big, high budget like TV shows and films that have come out on streaming.
Yeah.
Soul as well. Soul was supposed to come
Yeah.
out in theaters, but it came out on Disney. It done good there too.
That's the one Jamie Foxx in it, the animated.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, that was amazing.
I
like
couldn't
that
get
movie.
past it.
I watched
I
it.
didn't like it.
Swear.
I didn't like it.
Well, you guys seen it?
So, you ain't seen it?
No.
That movie's beautiful, bro.
I didn't like it. I got to the bit
I
where
didn't
he
like
was
the ending.
mentoring the bubbly kid. I didn't like the bubbly kid.
Well, yeah, you're not supposed to like her.
She was
him
too-
slash
Whoever.
soul creature.
Yeah, they were just too jarring for me
Slash,
to get
there are no
past.
genders. I don't know.
Wait, how did it... I'm trying to remember how it ended again. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I did really like how they were hand in hand, at, like towards the end.
Yeah.
That
I
almost
like the
got me.
message. I like the message.
Does he come back to life?
No comment.
I'm not gonna see the film.
Yeah, neither am I.
Does he come back to life?
Spoiler alert.
I'm trying to remember.
I think he does. Yeah, he does.
I mean, he's got to. You
He
can't
does-
not.
he-
He
Because-
has-
because
his
he-
life was starting to get good.
Yeah, I think because he
just
sacrificed
died.
his life, and then they gave him another chance at the end.
It's a
Okay.
fairy tale
Yeah,
ending.
it's a fairy tale
innit?
ending,
It can't end poorly.
Okay, all right. So then back to the point I was making. Yeah. So you had all these like films that have come out online. Yeah, and they're doing bits. And then you look at like the few films that did come out in 2020, and they weren't that good. They didn't do as well as they should have. Going forward, do we think that like from now on films are going to be released just on like streaming platforms? Like that's where the focus is going to be
Oh, no, no,
for
no.
like high budget stuff, or are we going to go back to like cinemas and
Oh,
like
no, we're
theaters
gonna,
and shit
we're
like
not
that?
gonna go back to cinemas because deep it, you know, like, when it comes to box office sales,
It's an experience as well, isn't it?
yeah, that's how they keep track of things. Like that's almost like a physical like track of success. To see how well a film's done, like the box office sales.
I'm sure they have like metrics. Streaming sites have metrics
Yeah,
as
but
well.
it's
Yeah.
like
like,
that stuff.
yeah, but it's not gonna be as accurate as if like compared to the box office.
And yeah, like I said, with the experience as well, the experience of going to the cinema and watching a movie,
Yeah,
it all adds to it. Like,
watching View and
Yeah.
having the warnings pop up.
I don't know. I just feel like I feel like it could and it can't. I think it depends on how quickly things recover. Because I feel like
I think streaming only did that well because of people's impatience.
Yeah,
That's it.
I'm boredom.
because the court.
No one's gonna wait.
Yeah, no one's waiting till.
I'm not waiting.
After.
Fuck that. But I'm not paying for Premier Access as well. So
that's true. That's another thing with like a problem streaming has.
Yeah.
Churning people and piracy. Like people
no,
just
like I'll pay for the streaming site or whatever, but you know how Disney do like Premier Access, so you pay for the streaming service and then you got to pay.
Do you know how
extra.
bullshit that is?
Exactly. Yeah, they do that.
God.
I think when they've got a movie out right now.
Mulan, they done that with Mulan.
They've done that with
you had to
Mulan,
pay
yeah.
£25.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean.
£25 to watch them. Fuck that. The movie's out already. There, you can watch it for free.
What's that?
Fuck
1, 2, 3,
that,
1, 2,
bruv.
3 movies, kids cartoon and that.
Nah, man.
No,
Try to bump you.
That's a
I
fuckery.
can see that.
But I don't think that they'll end up doing both. That's the most I can see. They'll do both. So they'll
What?
release it in cinema. I think. Wait, they signed a contract. I think Warner Brothers signed a contract recently as well. I don't know. I might be wrong on this, but I think the deal stated that either it will be released in cinemas first, then on. I can't remember. I need to find out what the deal was. But I know they struck a deal with cinemas. Because like, if you're dropping movies on streaming sites, no one's going to cinemas anymore.
Yeah.
No more. Like that industry will die out so fast. So I feel like it was to premiere the movie in cinemas first, and then a couple weeks later,
Drop it on
straight to
streaming.
like HBO Max and shit like that.
Because I don't know when they're gonna come out, but at the end of the Suicide Squad trailer, it has in theaters / HBO Max. So maybe they'll do like you said, innit? But I just feel like with the whole like streaming thing, like this shit has done so well. You can't ignore it.
But
I don't feel like it's gonna go away.
Yeah, but it's because of the circumstances. That's
No,
done
yeah,
so well.
100%.
Everything's been locked down. No cinemas, no
We'll
nothing.
we'll see how good streaming actually is when shit opens up again. But I feel like
It's not going to be. Do you know why? Because everyone's going to be still caught up in the euphoria of going to cinemas, going out, going this.
but that's only gonna last so long.
But it'll.
It will last forever, man. Going to the cinema is a
No, I'm not.
motive.
No, I'm talking
Yeah.
about the euphoria of like getting. Oh, finally, we're out of lockdown. Let's do this, that. That's
It's
only
not-
gonna
it's
last
not-
for
right.
so long.
It's not going to last a couple of days. It's going to be.
I
at
know,
least
but
a
it's
week.
not gonna be forever.
I
That's
don't
what
want to
I'm saying.
burst your bubble, but we are very uncertain about our future. in
No,
regards
no, yeah,
to
100%.
Oh,
COVID.
yeah, it's true.
Oh, that's,
1000%.
you know how scary that is? That's fucked.
Right, they're talking like it's a common cold or common flu.
Yeah, variations.
What?
They say we could need a vaccine every year to keep up with the
Must have South Africa a variant, Nigeria variant, all of these variants.
There's a Nigerian variant.
Variants are happening.
Well, of course they're gonna want one, innit?
Fucking hell, bruv. Why is there a beer of them now?
Fix your eyes, man.
He looks like a frog.
Why is there a beer variant? That's scary, bruv, man.
They got enemy variant. Come on, they wanna touch everything.
Oh, yeah, here's the deal.
Oh my
Go on.
days.
Warner Brother Films will have 45-day theatrical exclusivity window starting in 2022. So it will be in cinemas for 45 days. Warner Brother movies, though.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see because a lot of shit's changed up now because of this. Eurostar gone, trains.
Oh, Eurostar's gone.
Yeah, it's gone.
It's gone.
What, bankrupt?
No one was going Europe anymore.
No, it's good.
No one was
Well, they
going
ain't got peas
Europe
like that. So they shut the whole thing down.
Yeah.
So you can't take train to go down anymore.
Yeah.
Even when lockdowns are... Oh.
Yeah, but I mean the plane's fast. You can get one
Train's
for like
faster,
50
yeah.
quid.
Yeah, but trains,
Train.
though.
No, yeah, that's what I said. Planes faster.
Yeah.
That's a... Oh, well.
Plus, like National Rail and TFL, they're not going anywhere.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, trains are now publicized. Is it nationalized or publicized? They're not private anymore.
What does
Because
that
private companies weren't. Because before the trains in the UK were privatized, so they belonged to like different companies. But when everyone stopped traveling everywhere, they didn't have passengers, so they weren't making money. So the government had to be like, shit, you can't fulfill your. They couldn't fulfill their contract, so the government got back all like the rails. So they're like in charge of the trains again.
What's that?
Yeah, COVID. This global Panasonic changed everything up.
By fire, by force!